The Lego Company started around the year 1949 in Denmark. Now, about 70 years later, Lego is one of the most recognized and influential brands in the world, with an immense variety in their sets. There's both original designs and a plethora of licensed material, from Star Wars to Barbie to even Overwatch. The toys have always boasted an age range of 4 to 99 plus, and have even created more intricate building sets targeted at more adult audiences as well. In addition to just toys, LEGO has expanded their iconic brand to a number of other entities, from movies to theme parks to even a wide range of video games. While licensed LEGO games, such as the LEGO Star Wars and Harry Potter series, have cemented them in the hearts of many with their unique humor and inventive gameplay, there have also been a number of original LEGO games that laid the bricks for this licensed game's success. No, get out of here, LEGO Movie game. I'm talking old school. A game so old it could legally drink in the US of A. Lego Island, we had a ton of good times back in the day, huh? Remember how we first met? I found you at a flea market in the parking lot of the Shop and Save back when we first moved out here. Oh yeah, we used to play every day on the family computer after school. Those were some good times, huh, Lego Island? Released in 1997, Lego Island was the first LEGO game to see a global release, following the very first LEGO game, the Japan-only LEGO Fun to Build, that came out in 1995. This was the only LEGO game published and developed by Mindscape, a California-based company that released a variety of licensed games in their time, like such classics as Star Wars Chess and Law and Order Criminal Intent, the game. Oh, and I guess they also published Willow for the NES, but Lego Island still remains perhaps the most memorable release to date. The simple, Lego-based designs in this game paired well with the primitive graphics of the time. So overall, I'd say the game still holds a lot of the same charm it had back in the late 90s, with being transported to this colorful, imaginary world of plastic. The music is a real bop too. Like, man, booting up this game for the first time since I was probably 7 or 8 years old really took me back. Especially when I was greeted by this awesome intro song and cinematic showcasing all the fun adventures to be had.
Let go. Let go.
I appreciate too that this intro, while being as awesome as it is, can be skipped because boy is it long, and it plays every single time you start the game. When you first get to Lego Island, or every time you start the game actually, you're greeted by this enthusiastic, multilingual old man who teaches you all you need to know about the place. The most important thing he'll tell you is that Lego people don't like real people and forbid them from entering their island. So you'll have to possess the body of one of 5 potential hosts. You'll have to play as one of 5 playable characters to explore the fantasy Legoland. It's really hard to decide who of these characters I like best. You get to watch a little cinematic about them before you make your choice, and each one is pretty hilarious. As a kid, I always chose Pepper. You know, the dude with the food. Come to think of it, I kinda grew up to be a lot like him. Oh. But this time I think I'll play as this badass lady. She's a bit more of my pace now.
To me, being a cop is all about people. People and respect. Oh, sure. We do have our problems. Disputes do happen here on Lego Island, but most can be solved with a little understanding. But don't get the wrong idea. I can be tough when I have to. But I like to think that every citizen on Lego Island has a friend in Laura Brett. 10-4, over and out.
And who doesn't love a Fargo reference in a kid's game, am I right? Despite it appearing that you can take different story paths based upon who you play as, not a whole lot actually changes about the game. For the most part, it's actually more of an open world, free roam style game with plenty to explore and interact with. Ultimately, the main action of this game is when the bad guy escapes jail and terrorizes Lego Island, and you have to build a police helicopter as Pepper for some reason and track him down. But if you don't feel like hunting down the the Brickster, there's plenty of other things you can do in the game. A big portion of the game is actually building and racing vehicles, from helicopters to race cars to jet skis. The racetrack actually takes up a huge portion of the map, and it's honestly kind of nightmare-inducing, even being so low poly. This game also has some really strange humor and dialogue, even for a Lego game.
Okay, let's move it. Go right to the desk for
Polly,
booking.
what a lawyer!
Who's Polly?
Well, at least we know where we are.
But honestly, as an adult, it's actually pretty hilarious. I feel like maybe my little sister might not be quite as amused by it, but maybe this goes to show how some of the more surrealist millennial humor developed. When compared to some of the other darker, quirky, or downright surreal cartoons and games that populated the late 90s and early 2000s, I'm actually starting to understand where a lot of modern internet culture and humor stems from. But that's a topic for a whole nother video alone. Finally, when you're done playing and it's time to say goodbye to Lego Island, you're greeted by this hilarious end credits scene too. There's so much care and attention that clearly went into the creation of this game. It's no wonder it stuck with me after all this time. By today's standards, it might not be the prettiest or most polished, but I'll be damned if it isn't still just as fun as I remember it being. Wow, thanks for making it to the credits. It really means a lot to me. Anyways, if you love Lego games, this one's definitely worth checking out, even if just because it's the first ever really released. Though it's, a little bit of a challenge. There's a big gap between Windows 95 and Windows 10, let me tell you. If you like this, maybe check out one of my other videos, or leave a like or comment. See you next time!